If you've ever used a ticketing system such as Remedy or older versions of ServiceNow, then you'll be able to jump right into the Eureka release. In this module, we're going to create a ticket from scratch. Let's get started. From a group view screen, click on New. If you don't have a New button available on your view, make sure that you are in the Incident Application menu and not Self-Service. You may also choose to click the Create New button directly from the menu. Before we begin, I'd like to clarify that many of the features that we are going to touch on will be covered in a lot more depth in later videos. That said, let's enter the caller information, which is based on the UC Davis directory. Most of the informational fields should populate automatically. If the request is on behalf of another person, add their name to this field so they can receive notifications as well. A helpful tip for this field is that it can be populated based on the Kerberos login ID also. Next, we'll select an appropriate category. The subcategory field is context sensitive and will update based on the category selection. These categories and subcategories have changed since their previous iterations of ServiceNow, but that will be discussed in a future video. After selecting a category, you may choose a configuration item. Since configuration item, or CI, does not have an asterisk next to the field, it is not a mandatory field at this time. It will become mandatory upon ticket resolution though. Configuration items are sort of the fine-tuning of what the incident is about. They help identify the affected items and, for incidents, the impact that they may have on other services. Because of the nature of incident tickets, what the customer believes may be the issue and what the actual issue is could vary greatly. This is why the field is currently optional. There are over 300 configuration items in the database. This number will likely continue to increase, but we don't expect any single person to remember them all. ServiceNow does support wildcard searches. For example, if I type in *network, the autocomplete will load up all instances with the word network in their CI. Next, we'll select a contact type. Contact types are pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. One thing to note, if you select email as the contact type, a new field, emailed from and emailed to, will appear and will need to be filled in. Set the state to the most appropriate level next, and in the case of this demo, we'll mark it as resolved. Next, we'll type in an assignment group. As you begin to type, ServiceNow should locate the group. Once that has been set, choose an optional Assign To if it is for a specific person, including yourself. The priority field will automatically update based on the impact and urgency. IT Service Management has developed a quick reference guide targeted to this particular set of selections. When in doubt, please refer to the guide. Also, we will develop a video on this topic in the near future. Enter a short description that sums up the issue being reported. Do not use acronyms or words that would be foreign to the customer because this field shows up in the subject line of ticket notifications. Below the short description, you'll find two large entry fields. The first large field is for additional comments. Every time information is entered and saved into the additional comments field, the customer will receive an email notification with this update. Also, if you attach a knowledge base article to a ticket, this is where that information will populate. This field is HTML friendly, assuming that your customer is using an email service that supports HTML messaging. The Work Notes field is where every technician should enter all pertinent information regarding the ticket. This may include IP addresses, computer name, resolution processes, or even information on the customer's response or process that they went through. This field is only viewable to other technicians within ServiceNow and is intended to provide information for future related incidents. Never enter personally identifiable information, or PII, into a ticket. Examples of PII are personal identification number or PINs, such as the social security number, passport number, driver's license number, taxpayer identification number, patient identification number, financial account information, or credit card numbers. Since we set the state of the ticket to resolved, one additional step is required before the ticket can be submitted. A resolution code must be selected. Most of the resolution codes are self-explanatory. Use the variations of solved for most resolved issues. If the ticket was initiated over the phone or via internet support, use the solved remotely codes. If you're unable to resolve the issue due to it not being supported, referrals, or other situations, use the not solved resolution codes to complete the ticketing process. Resolved by caller is in an instance where the customer has responded to a ticket because they were able to figure out the solution to their issue. Duplicate should be used when a ticket has been identified as a duplicate of the previously created ticket. This allows for easier organization of open tickets for the technician and the customer. It is best practice to add the incident number of the open ticket into work notes when using the duplicate resolution code. A quick reference guide is available to help you choose the appropriate resolution codes. When the ticket has been completely filled out, click Submit. This will generate a ticket in the assignment group and your progress will be saved. Whenever you're ready, click on the next video and we will go into further depth with category selections and sample scenarios for proper ticket categorization.